it was like a nail additionally for me because it was like, why I do that actually, why I continue to fight. And one of the reasons was that I left my life, I left my plans in Scandinavia, and then I moved to Procter to work, expecting to work for a long term, and not expecting to work to get the information after 6 months that I supposed to leave the company. And I at that time I found it very hard, and then I reflected a little bit on that, and I found it also a little bit manipulative. Like it's like you know, it's like person. Like I'm just looking for a comparison right now. Like a person who who you are fighting against, put up in a boxing match, and then finally he would say when you are totally tired but you still get up in the ring, he would say, why you do that? Because if you get to the championship, you already there, kind of you get something, and then you allow the other persons to win. But in my case, like that's that was that was an option to give up, but this was the option that I really had problems with accepting. And then in the final fact, I said, I'm young, I will receive some money to leave the company. I found a new work because I already had enough of that. And then I had a discussion with HR, and then HR said, by the way, that they were happy to find a new work, which never happened. They also hired a company to help people from Procter to find a new work. And then these people, I just checked with them because I didn't know the market within the country where I was, and was not eager to move again away from somewhere. So I sent an email to the coaching agency, and they said, yeah, with your profile you will find a work. And then what I found interesting is that the HR was really mad because they asked me why you contacted them if you didn't accept the package. So, and by the way, the HR, the problems that they made about finding me a job, they never helped me with that afterwards. So, yeah, I mean, you remember my country supervisor, she really cared about the opinion. So she was very happy when I said, okay, I just accept that because I want to specialize in different function and then maybe move back to Scandinavia. But that was actually, just a simple idea, and I never realized that actually. And then I remember when I left Procter, I lost a lot of connections with the people from Procter. And then, it was very hard for me to find a new work. So I had to kind of cope with my situation. I opened a company that worked for some time, but then there was some challenges and so on. So that was not so easy. Finding a new work was basically impossible. And, I still was thinking about the situation that I had with my direct supervisor, the country supervisor, like, some situations that were weird. And it was very hard for me to accept how she behaved. Like, there was a lot of indirect game, if you know what I mean. And in the final fact, after some time, I wrote email to the CEO at that time of Procter, just explained the situation, and I was expecting an answer from him. I got actually answer, very formal answer from people below that. Like, they don't care about that. and then, it kind of realized me that CEO doesn't care about little people at the bottom. Even the CEO of big company that, Procter and Gamble speaking about the cooperation and then, like a teamwork and so on. But at the end, it's really marketing oriented, I would say, for the company, because, once when you leave a company like that, you lose the connection with the people, and then people that are very high, they don't care about you. And then also what I found interesting when I was leaving the company, I consulted some people, and then many people said me that I should leave the company on my own will, like they say. But because, just like I said, if I wouldn't leave the company, if I wouldn't have left the company at the time, then they said they would use more drastic measures to get rid of me, basically get me fired, and then I would receive nothing, and so on. And, when I look from this perspective of time, I think that would be better, like, fight to the end. That would be a lot better. Just to show that, you are not a figure that you would play in chess. You can fight, you're a human being. And I am disappointed, and, I leave you with this image of the company, just basically to warn you. Because I already saw extreme things. I saw people, for example, that they did some projects, and then they did everything what they could to show to the supervisors that they did this work, or as many possible as possible. I saw people kind of licking the shoes of others. And for me, Procter & Gamble, when I was joining, it was about efficiency, about working in team, about providing input with high ROI, so return on investment, I mean. And I am pretty sure this is what I did, and how I was assessed was not honest. How I was treated and what was communicated, that, as I told you, officially was said, first year you are untouchable. And I didn't do anything extreme, but I don't want to say that I was the best person, but on the other hand, I already work a lot. I had a good feedback from people. I even have letters of reference from some people. And, I think just because of a little bit of manipulation, I got rid. And that's it, basically. So, again, I want to say that whole Procter is like that. But unfortunately, I don't think only in Procter, I think other companies, you will meet these kind of situations. And, if I could recommend you something, you, specifically young people joining high companies, like big companies, I mean, blue chip companies, if you would like me to recommend you something, like if I were you again, younger, first of all, if you would have problem with your supervisors, like behaving, screaming on you, you have to go directly to HR, because one of the problems is that actually my country supervisor, I really believe that she went to HR to complain about me, and I never learned that from HR. So this, you have to remember about that, and then again you have to also maybe some proofs, but at least you leave some track in the record that she behaved in this way, and when there is a problem in future, you have at least some track, even if you cannot prove that, and this will stay in her documentation. Second point is fight to the end. If someone wants to kick you out and is promising you also, and you have to remember that people will be also When they want to save their skin, they may be manipulating a little bit with what they say. So don't trust people too much. Trust your family, trust your close friends, but watch out for the people within the company, because maybe they are just saving their own skin and they tell you what they want you to hear. Third point is watch out not to be used. So I spent a lot of time at the company. I remember once happened to me when I was working so much on the Friday evening that I slept over, and I woke up next day in my chair, in the completely empty office. And this is just to, really make a good work, because the main things that I didn't mention also is that I didn't have a normal function with the Procter and Gamble. I got really specialized function that normally people joining the company, they never get. So additionally, this was thing that I don't find honest, that they put me, I found exciting the role, but it was too hard and no one was getting this. So, maybe here I can meet, my country supervisor. I supposed to leave actually at the 5 p.m. And, that would not change anything regarding my future, by the way. So don't get used, don't put at stake your health, because health is more important than money. Trust me, I remember, I was getting up around 5, and then at the company was around 6, 7 sometimes. Sometimes I had time to go to the swimming pool in the morning. But then generally, I was wanting to be quickly, and then usually I was finishing around 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. And then Fridays I allowed myself to sit even longer. And I remember then I was wasted. I remember wasted in the terms, of course, not alcohol, but wasted in terms of tired. So Saturdays, I remember I was sleeping until 1 p.m. I was getting up. I was so tired when I was getting up. And then I just had some time for washing. I was too tired to go out anywhere. That took kind of 6 months around from my life. And young people, who are ambitious, which Procter is actually looking for, you have to really watch out. Like I said, I really enjoyed the work, but I lost a lot of my private life, I think. And maybe that was good that I left company in the final fact, because afterwards I really started to be a lot more social, and I found some friends. So then, fourth point I would say is, watch out what also companies communicating officially. And then, maybe when I was in this situation, maybe I should also warn the others. But it's really hard to speak to the people, saying then that you will leave the company, that they, recommend you to leave the company. Because people, who are working at the company, they are afraid for their skin, of course. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening to this very long video. If you have any comments, you can leave. Of course, I cannot share any confidential information about the company. But if you have any general questions, don't hesitate. If you like what I said, you can put a like. If you didn't like what I said, you can put dislike. I will then see that. And then we'll see also how long this video will stay, because, I'm speaking about some popular information about a big company that is cooperating, of course, with Google. So let's see what happens. And then, of course, I will keep a copy of this video. Take care. Good luck with your career. And till next time.